right, looking forward to this one, folks. Very special guest joining us today on Winnipeg Sports Talk. He is the Lady Byng Trophy winner for the 2022 NHL season. Winnipeg Jet top goal scorer Kyle Connor joins us now. Kyle, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, doing pretty well. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you on. And first things first, congratulations on winning the Lady Byng Trophy. 79 games, 47 goals, and only 4 penalty minutes. I was just saying off air, that almost sounds impossible. What would you attribute, the season to, the incredible scoring numbers, and the fact that he only went to the penalty box 2 times?
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely a little bit of luck. You play that many minutes, that many games, like you said. There's so many little stick infractions. You don't even mean to. It could get caught up in someone's skates, or even a puck over the glass. I mean, you got a little bit more control over that, but. So it's like you said, I only have 2 penalty minutes. Pretty shocking to myself as well, and didn't even know it was kind of up for the award, or had a buzz around a talk that I might be a nominee until only a handful of the games left when a lot of our media started talking about it. So it wasn't even in the back of my mind, really.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you. I mean, was that ever sort of even on the radar, or I mean, you sort of hear people talking about it, realize, oh yeah, I guess I have only been to the box twice all season long?
Yeah, exactly. I think when I was first asked the question, do I remember the penalty minutes? I remember one of them and had to think about the other one, but it came back to me. But it's kind of crazy to think about, like you're saying.
What was it? One was a stick on McDavid, and the other one was, what was it, a hook on Matt Barzal?
Yeah, that's correct. Just in the island where we were playing, Barzal was alone. I had to try to get my stick in there a little bit, and I would have wanted that call too. I got in his hand, so no complaints on that one. But McDavid one was a little soft. I think it was just in the neutral zone. Give him a little stick tap, but it's what it is.
2 seasons ago, 34 minutes. I mean, it's not like you've spent a ton of time, but obviously it's a big decrease over 2 seasons. With the way the game has been called, was there ever a change in what you've done with your stick or positioning or anything like that to sort of avoid it, or is this just a natural progression of your game?
Yeah, no, nothing. I mean, I haven't changed my game. Obviously, development in the game and working to get better. But from that standpoint, there's nothing like, hey, I got to take more penalties here. I've taken 34. I just you can't help your team from the box. So I'm not looking to take any penalties, but it doesn't change my game at all.
Have you? I mean, just from your standpoint, Hal, of course, you're certainly doing a great job of drawing penalties. Obviously, you took a couple. Have you seen at all a change in the way the game has been called over the last couple seasons? Is we kind of continue to move forward and try and get more speed in the game and allow players like yourself to have the room to do what you do?
Yeah, I know coming into this year, the biggest question was how they changed calling, officiating the game from the regular season to the playoffs. That was obviously a big issue. It's, as players, it pretty much changes the rules, what you can do and get away with from the regular season to playoffs. So, watched a little bit. It seems like they've gotten better at that. But honestly, throughout the regular season, there's not much change the past couple of years. They try to implement new rules here and there, but I feel like it always goes back to the same.
Kyle Connor, the Winnipeg Jets, Lady Byng Trophy winner. And, I have to admit, like, the names on this trophy are pretty incredible. Nathan MacKinnon, who, of course, we saw book a ticket to the Stanley Cup last night. Alex Barkov, Johnny Gaudreau, Anze Kopitar, Ryan O'Reilly, Marty St. Louis, Pavel Datsyuk, who I know was a hero of yours growing up. I mean, you're in pretty special company. And, it's one thing to stay out of the box, but the other side of it is you've got to be a very productive player and help your team win hockey games. And you certainly did that in spades this year.
Yeah, for sure. Same kind of thing. Like when I knew I was up for nominee, just looked it up and, obviously knew a couple past winners, but took a look at the list and I mean, pretty incredible hockey players. It's pretty cool to have my name on the same trophy, forever. And, as those guys. And, like you said, Datsyuk he won it 4 times in a row there from 06 to 09. And, I always try to model my game after him. And so that's pretty cool.
When you were a kid, was he your guy? Like, was he number one?
Oh, yeah. I was, Detroit kid, just outside, loved the Red Wings, and, was trying to do everything he did in the backyard rink.
Hey, let me ask you, how do you find out? I mean, did you find out that you won when they just do the announcement, or do they hit you up beforehand? How does that work?
Yeah. So I got a call probably a week or two ago from Chevy and let me know that I was going to win it. Obviously, keep it tight. Wasn't tweeting about it or anything, but just told the immediate family. And yeah, had a couple people over last night and family and friends, and celebrated.
Obviously, Kyle, the season for the team didn't go the way you guys wanted, not being in the playoffs. But I mean, for yourself, I mean, career highs, 47 goals, 93 points. When you look back from a personal level, what went so well for you?
Yeah, I think just consistency throughout the whole year. I don't think I had too many, droughts staying off the score sheet and, trying to compete every single night. It's such a long, grueling season to be able to bring your game, every single night. It's tough at times. And I think it's just a progression of building, stacking these years on top of each other, getting a little smarter, knowing the pro game, just another year, another year older. And, the work I do here in the off season and, just keep striding and, being as competitive as I can. We don't want to be the best player.
I mean, as much as the 47 goals is impressive, I mean, the other thing, and you just sort of touched on it, was your consistency all year long. I mean, I'm not sure if you ended up at this point, but for a good portion of the season, you had scored in more games than anyone else. I mean, you didn't have a ton of hat tricks and whatnot, but you were consistently producing for your team. Was that just a result of some of the things that you've talked about? Or, once you get to be a veteran and you understand what it takes to do what you need to do day in and day out, does that sort of help you get to the level that you achieved this year?
Yeah, I think so. To be able to bring that game every single night, help your team. We realize that going down the stretch when it's, late, you got 15, 20 games, you realize that you could have picked up a couple points here or there earlier in the season that would have made a big difference. So I think I take that mentality every single day and, try to bring it and, it showed on the ice for sure.
Kyle, what'd you do once the season was over? You get, I mean, I know you're probably spending quite a bit of time on the golf course, but any holidays, you get a time away, and have you been paying attention to the playoffs, or you just sort of turn that off for a little while once you're finished yourself?
No, yeah, I've been hacking it up on the golf course a little bit. Took a trip down, got some warm weather. We all know the winter in Winnipeg was pretty cold, so
It
needed
was
some
the
sunshine.
worst,
And
the worst
yeah,
ever.
but yeah, I've been paying attention, following the guys. Obviously, Copper's out in New York and a couple of Michigan guys, so I've been rooting for them and been watching the games here and there.
A pretty great run for the Rangers. And, in some ways, they sort of help you out. I mean, the team, the organization, at least, by getting to the conference finals, the Jets get another first-round pick. But, as someone that was a Michigan guy, a former teammate, got to be cool to see Andrew Kopp having the success that he's having playing with a guy like Panarin and not doing it under the bright lights in New York City.
Oh yeah, he's having a great postseason. It's kind of been his trajectory, his whole career. He's just gotten better every single year, and we see it. He plays the big moments, big minutes. So yeah, I'll be watching those games. Hopefully, they can get it done.
Did you see much of Edmonton, Colorado?
Yeah, a little bit. Watched a bit last night.
Yeah, the Avalanche moving on, going to be a very, very tough team to beat. But then there's the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, back-to-back champs. We saw the way that they came back. If someone else is going to be able to take that Stanley Cup, they'll certainly have to earn it, because that's got to be a team that, right from the top to Vasilevsky, there's a reason why they've got 2 rings.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can't count out the back-to-back champs, so it'll be interesting. I'll be watching the last little bit here for sure.
I've got to ask you, I mean, we certainly here on Winnipeg Sports Talk have been talking about the Jets coaching search every day and the big off-season topics. Is that something that's on your radar right now, or will you just expect to get a text message at some point from some of the organization telling you who the new bench boss is?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you can really follow it. It's whether I know they're doing the interview process, right now since the season's been over. But it's, not really on my mind once they find a guy. I believe in that organization, those guys there to find the right guy to lead us. And, when they do, look forward to meeting them and getting to work.
Yeah, and you talked a lot at the end of the season. I mean, as did a number of your teammates, about what you didn't like about the year and the fact that it was never too late to build a culture. Going into this season, I mean, how do you feel once you get away for it a little bit and you look ahead to next season? I realize there's a ton of question marks still about how the team is going to look, who the head coach is going to be. But I'd imagine that despite the disappointment of last year overall, there still is a belief that there's a lot of talent in this room, starting with a guy with the Lady Byng Trophy and 47 goals to help this team get back to where you've been in the past.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. We got a lot of talent in that room. A lot of great leaders as well. And I think that core group of us has been together for a couple of years now. Know that we got something special there, and it's just finding the right mesh. Get a new coach in there and new systems or whatever he's going to bring into the table. And I think this year, like you said, it's a little bit of a reset. We can look back at it and realize that hey, the playoffs aren't going to be automatic every year. We got to earn it. So I definitely think there's a championship team in that room.
Kyle, going forward, just a lot of golf. At what point do you come back into the city? And tell us a little bit. I'm just interested about your off-season training. You mentioned how things have changed a little bit as you've progressed in your career. You take a big amount of time off. I mean, do you ramp it up? I mean, what's that schedule like for you as far as having fun, but also doing what you need to do to be in tip-top shape when you want to be in time for the season?
Yeah, just hanging out here in Michigan. Grew up here, love it here. So come back and just been out on the lake playing some golf, relaxing, and I was back in the gym like a week or two ago, and I enjoy working out and just staying in shape. Probably won't hit the ice for a little bit here, but yeah, it's I'm down here in Plymouth. I'm working out in Ethos down there, and they got a great gym. Been there ever since I've been pro. Just continuing to build strength. So that I'm ready to go. And the biggest thing is just injury prevention, right? That's why we work out. So that's the biggest thing I focus on every single summer.
How much do you skate as you get closer to training camp? And do you do it with a bunch of other NHLers that are sort of in that area in the summer?
Oh yeah, we got a great group out here. A lot of Michigan guys come back, and we run skates once we get going full time and on the ice. I mean, we're on the ice probably 4 or 5 times a week, and we got the Hughes brothers are around here too, so I'm out there with Jack and Quinn. Dylan comes out, Larkin once in a while, and Copper, skate with him a ton, and obviously Hellebuck's around here too, so get to snipe him a little bit. It's always fun.
Oh, what a great way to finish it off. Listen, Kyle, thanks so much for doing this. I hope you have a great summer. I hope you hit them straight this afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations on an amazing 47-goal season and a Lady Byng Trophy as announced yesterday by the National Hockey League.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one.